Imagine this. Two heirs to two different thrones, meeting as friends, never expecting that the quiet bond they shared would one day set Europe ablaze with whispers of destiny. But what if I told you that behind palace walls and diplomatic ceremonies, a love story, gentle, unexpected, and unstoppable, was quietly unfolding? And here's the twist. This was not a tale of convenience or politics, but of genuine affection, tested by distance, duty, and the weight of crowns. From friendship to royal wedding, the untold love story of Princess Leonor of Spain and Prince Christian of Denmark is far more than a romance. It's a journey of patience, loyalty, and the courage to love in the shadow of monarchy. Their first meeting was hardly the stuff of fairy tales. Leonor, the young princess of Asturias, disciplined, reserved, always conscious of her role as Spain's future queen. Christian, the easygoing Danish prince, carrying the heritage of one of Europe's oldest monarchies but still very much a boy discovering his place in the world. The two encountered each other not under candlelit chandeliers, but during the informal gatherings that so often accompany royal events, moments away from cameras, where laughter is easier than protocol. At first, it was just friendship. Letters exchanged. Occasional visits under the guise of family ties. But even then, those close enough to see recognized something rare, a comfort between them that needed no performance. Yet, could such a bond survive the forces waiting to tear it apart? After all, royalty does not choose freely. History reminds us that love stories in palaces are often rewritten by politics. And still, Leonor and Christian's bond deepened. He admired her discipline, her unwavering sense of duty. She admired his warmth, his ability to make space feel lighter, even when expectations weighed heavily on both of them. Together, they began to bridge the invisible wall of expectation, Spain on one side, Denmark on the other. But here lies the question: how did friendship transform into something more when every move was watched, every word recorded, every gesture magnified by speculation? The answer hides in stolen moments. During school breaks, during official trips, during rare times when the noise of the world faded and the two could simply be Leonor and Christian, not heirs, not symbols, just two young people learning what it meant to feel deeply. Soon, the whispers grew louder. Royal watchers noticed the glances that lingered just a second longer. The media began spinning stories, some exaggerated, others surprisingly close to the truth. And in those moments, Leonor faced the greatest challenge: balancing her private heart with the demands of a nation that saw her as more than a daughter, more than a young woman in love. She was their future sovereign. Christian, too, bore his own struggles. How do you support someone whose life is destined for duty? How do you love when the world insists on making your relationship a headline? He chose quiet loyalty, proving time and again that his presence was not about attention, but about Leonor's peace. The proposal, when it came, was not grand in the sense of spectacle, but profound in meaning. A gesture of sincerity rather than pomp. A promise that what began as friendship would not be surrendered to politics or the pressures of monarchy. And Spain, stunned at first, came to see the truth. Their future queen had chosen not only a partner but a man who could walk beside her with strength, humility, and devotion. Now, as preparations for their wedding unfold, this union is more than a royal event, it is the embodiment of love persisting against centuries of tradition. It is the crown's new chapter, written not by decree but by the beating of two hearts that once met in simplicity and grew into something extraordinary. This is the untold love story of Leonor and Christian, a friendship that became a romance that became a bond unshaken by distance or duty, and now, a wedding that sparks hope not only in Spain and Denmark but across Europe. A reminder that even in the most gilded of cages, love finds a way. Because sometimes, the greatest royal fairy tales begin not with a throne room proclamation, but with the quiet, unspoken trust between two friends who discover, against all odds, that they were meant for each other.